A random reading from my book. Hello, I'm Eric Nakami. I'm author of Man in the Middle, a collection of essays by Red, White, and Blue American. And I'm segueing into a new book. I've got the rough draft, just have to really review it well. But I thought I'd go back to my original book and just read some sections from it. One of the aspects of my writing that I'm working on is marketing my work. I feel that, for one, I do want to share my politically moderate viewpoints, but also one of the main goals of my work is to reduce the divisiveness. We have to learn how to talk to one another again, how to debate, and we're all in our sections, our political sections, and strongholds, and we don't want to talk to the other political party, and that's not healthy for the United States. So I thought I'd just read a section from time to time. I plan to do this. I'm going to read a section from my book. This is the chapter 26, The Southern Border. And I'll read a short section and kind of explain what my thoughts are on that, to give you a little background. A reasonable and fair immigration policy is needed. Fox News on a consistent basis reports from the Mexican-U.S. border. This politically right-leaning news network shows dramatic videos of waves of migrants attempting to cross the border illegally into the United States. The contention from those on the right of the political spectrum is that the border is not secure, thus the nation is at serious risk of literally being overrun by mobs of migrants. Fox News has described the situation at the southern border as an invasion. I do think that this description is an over-exaggeration, but these large unmanaged border crossings do potentially pose dangerous risks to our nation. We need a middle ground, a compromise on the issue of immigration at the southern border. I do not agree with the total closing of the border as those on the far left would like. However, those on the far left seem to be firmly grounded in their unrealistic belief that the United States can absorb everyone who wants to come here. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents encountered 2.76 million people crossing the southern border in federal year 2022. This very large migratory movement is a national security risk. So this article was written talking about the first wave of migrants during the Biden administration. And again, the first 2 years, as I write in my book, was the real problem in which the Biden administration really did not have a control of the southern border. But my message is we don't want to go from one extreme to the other. Really give credit to the Trump administration for closing the border. We need a break and we need a secure border, and they've done that. But ICE and Border Patrol they've been too overly aggressive. My opinion is that we need to, yes, get out the dangerous illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, whatever your term is. But people who are here undocumented and have been working hard, I'd like to see a pathway to citizenship, not an automatic path, the entry into the nation, but some rules and steps that they need to follow with the potentially the ability of them to gain citizenship. So from time to time, I plan to read one of my sections in my book as I move forward in my writing, just to provide folks with some of the information in my book in case you haven't read the book. Please let me know your thoughts, what your opinions are, and I'm still open to any ideas for the second book would be great. I've got actually like 55 articles, essays as I call them, so far, and so I'm kind of seeing how I'm going to organize them and going forward with that. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Be well.